Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first table talk of the season, actually. We haven't done one yet this season. It's sort of an impromptu table talk. We were going to dead set play for you this evening, I promise, but our lovely friend Mitch is not up to it. But we were all like hanging out anyway, and we're like, well, fuck it, let's just do it anyway. We've already had the most horrendous idea for a potential monster. But we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's a player character.
It's going to have to literally reskin this thing then. So we'll explain. But before I do that, I should introduce myself. Hi, everyone. I'm Josh the Pirate. If you like my face and voice, you can find me here on Roll for Damage on Monday nights, where I'm the DM of the Humblewood, and sometimes on Wednesdays, where I run the One Shot Wednesday thing that we're doing now, but not this coming Wednesday, because that one is somebody else, isn't it? AJ Winters.
Yes. I'm so proud.
Yeah, I am also one of the There Be Dragons crew. We're a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Sken Felspar and his little dragon Rosh. Now other people, tell people about things that they do. AJ, that was sort of what I was trying to get you to do, but you didn't, so I kept introducing myself. AJ, tell us about you.
Just keep poking me until I speak. Yeah. It's fine.
AJ, speak.
Hi. I'm AJ Winters. I do things. Brain. It's like we turned off playing today, and so my brain went, sleep down?
No idea. Nothing.
I'm a creative person, and I do D&D, including 2 games that I'm DMing this week. One for One Shot Wednesday, where I am DMing a modern story in a fantasy meets newsroom situation. And Dan is going to be one of my characters, and he will do a little recap of like who he's playing, and you'll really want to come see this one shot. But then also Thursday night, the Academy of Xander. And I think I should stop talking now.
Yeah, and I guess I go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hi, oh god, a blur screen, hello. I am Dan, also D-Rep in Twitch chat and Rover them, just Discord. Normally, at this time slot, I'm playing a Yeehaw wizard called Benneck, who is a vulture and wastes not, wants not. Aside from that.
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, Super On Wednesday, we got to explain that stuff. On Wednesday, with lovely AJ the DM, what can I say? I'm a player in that campaign, and I guess I'm a
God of Blood and Death?
No, much better.
A dwarven girl influencer who, I can't even say it out loud, who has is sponsored and has luscious locks both around the mouth and on the head.
Yeah, I believe that this Valley Girl dwarf is sponsored by a certain beard oil company.
Yeah.
On her Insta.
Amazing.
Come watch me do that. It'll be fun.
Yeah. And that's just a brief taste of the characters that we're giving you.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really?
Brayley, was it? Okay, cool. Rachel, what insanity are you doing recently?
Hello. I'm Rachel. I'm a writer and an actor and general creative trash. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Foucar. And you can also buy my book, The Rings of Mars, on the internet. And if you do not, you will find me lurking in the shadows of your bedroom at 2 a.m. For every night you don't buy my book, I will throw one knife at you. And I get better with practice, so you'd better hurry up, because I'm going to get accurate real fast, okay?
Holy shit.
I'm a quick study.
Rachel!
We've given Rachel too much of a platform.
Stop threatening to hurt people if they don't buy your book.
These people are here to watch us.
That's not how sales works.
Like, breaking into someone's house and eating the contents of their fridge is, I guess, sort of weird, but okay, maybe. But actual murder. Like...
Listen, I've got mold sickness from eating what you disgusting people have had in your fridges. So now I'm gonna throw knives, okay? That's just how this works.
A plus B equals murder.
Exactly,
yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. Well, that was fun.
We just come up with new threats every week.
Welcome to my life.
I believe
I have
that
to
is.
come up with a whole bunch of new stuff every week.
I believe that's Rachel's new challenge, a new threat weekly.
It's fun. Yeah.
Same like mic drop energy every time.
It's
Can
like
I-
a
can
writing
I-
exercise. It's good practice.
Can I request non-lethal threats?
Oh, look, all right, fine. Well, I'll
I think-
throw dirty socks at you instead.
But the trick
which
is if you
still
kill them, then they
unpleasant.
can't buy your book.
So instead of knives, you've got dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shoes.
Huh.
That would be
But
okay.
there's no exact pairs of socks, so it's extra hellish.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She steals the left one and then throws the right one at you. It's a double threat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, tonight's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
Well, we're
look.
not going to have any combat, so I had to start some violence in there somewhere, okay? The people want blood.
Sure.
So-
I
so
can
the-
approve of that.
So the point of Table Talks is really just a chance for the audience to ask us any questions that they may have, and for us to just talk smack about the characters that we're playing and sort of theories that we have about what's going on. So I have a couple of questions for the cast to start us off.
Bring it.
My first one is I want theories. I want each of you to a quick who you think is the person who's causing all the stuff, who's
Okay.
causing all the malarkey,
Oh my god.
Okay.
and why.
AJ, you go.
I've thought about this extensively. So,
It gets out the crazy wall.
yeah, well, you can actually tie string around some of these flowers, but that's regardless of the point. I had a real think about this because last week Jude got really aggressive about her theories, and that's because I was role playing with Jude Brain. And Jude Brain is where I just am a level 7 intelligence. No explanation, I just get dumber when I play Jude. Then during the week, I went into full like strategy DM mode, and I was like, okay, so it can't be the elf man because I feel like Josh invented that. It can't be Rusty because again, Josh invented that. He got the art so that it was a character. So I was like, who's in there that we know that has access that isn't the necromancer? I think it is the librarian guy.
Ooh.
He lives in the
Whoa.
library. He can be behind all the book ripping out pages stuff.
One
And
on
his
wanted
character
on
in
record,
Humblewood.
he's a strig.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But we established before that it could be literally anybody
It's
because
anyone.
illusion magic.
Absolutely.
I hate this.
Interesting. Rachel?
I was rewatching the episode to do the recap for this episode, and then we found out that we weren't playing. But I have a crackpot theory as well. Okay.
Wait,
Someone who-
sorry, are you saying mine's a crackpot?
Yeah, it's insane.
No, yours is a good theory. Mine is crackpot.
No, all right, love it.
You're
Bring
all
it on.
crackpot.
Okay. Someone who is a Corvum, who has a vested interest in us potentially staying away from danger, who we know is dodgy as fuck,
It's
and who
Nevermore.
we know has warded themselves so that they can't be seen by Ravanya. Lazarus.
Oh shit.
No.
Boom, boom.
Oh.
Fuck, I can't follow that shit up. That's a huge one.
Well,
I had another one, but that
I will
just
not-
that blew it out of the water.
yeah, wow. Dan, what do you reckon?
Okay, well,
Crazier the better, as Rachel demonstrates.
I did consider Lazarus, but I like, unlike Rachel, I like crossed it out because I was like, well, isn't he like kidnapped by like around some hags from that like weird dream that one time that was like, ooh, so sexy, but not really. And I was like, isn't that like far away? That didn't seem like the avium at all. But
That's true.
it
Maybe it was a planted dream though.
true. Oh, maybe it is. No, AJ, come on.
Wow, the theories are going up on the
I know.
stream.
I know it's not Ravanya because
Ooh.
it's just like he's too good. He's too good. We would not know. We would have zero clues, and he would not be like, hey, I'm just gonna jump off this thing. No, he's too good for that. He knows where we are all the time. We won't even see a trace of him. I think it's one of the staff, and I'm just gonna throw a blind like knife in the dark and say it's like either
Like
the
Rachel?
dean or who is like the closest to the dean.
There was a
Deceptionist.
sorry.
Receptionist. It's not flamingo elf.
It can't be flamingo elf. It
It's
can't
not
be.
flamingo.
That
Why
riddle
can't it-
really
what-
did seem to indicate staff, though. So it
Yeah, that right.
Yeah. Or
The-
non-student.
It
So Lazarus.
definitely indicates non-student.
Yeah.
And Ravanya did point this out as well. He was just like, look, yeah, the people who could ward themselves from me are not a student. No student could do that.
Here's my thing, though.
Mm.
If it is Lazarus, why? Why? Like, does he want Helvig's power?
Mm.
Because isn't he meant to be like somewhat of a good guy? Like, now I'm thinking he started the Scorched Grove and like he has some sort
Did
of
he go
influence
crazy?
over it. I don't know.
Did he go crazy from the hag shit?
Someone's influencing him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh.
To be honest, though, he's not really like an innocent person. Like, let's not like blunt the blow that Lazarus is like, oh, he's just being mind controlled or whatever.
Badass Butt's got a good one. What if the skeletons became sentient?
Oh,
Oh,
I like that. That's fucked up.
oh no! But there's so many.
Skeleton revolt.
Wait,
We've
did they?
been slaves for too
Oh,
long. Fuck you.
And then they just what? Dressed up like a corvum and went to the terrarium.
Magic can make you look like anybody.
Can skeletons cast magic?
So it was a fake.
No, Evie.
Not that one.
My other
Undead creatures
theory-
can totally cast magic.
Oh my god.
Think about it.
My other random theory, and it doesn't work at all, is the female student who saw the skeletons come alive is somehow
Jelly placenta.
Yeah, placenta.
Placenta.
somehow involved, and like she's a plot point.
The only trick is like using. I would point out using AJ's logic of this is somebody we've created. It can't be somebody Josh has created. Lazarus isn't in the book. Like
No.
if you're following that logic, like if it can be Lazarus, then it could easily be the elf.
Yeah, but you like rework characters in the past.
Yeah, but I could have done that with
It's a
the elf or
substitute
with
thing.
Rusty.
I still don't think
Yes.
it's flamingo.
That would
I
be.
still don't think so, because I
fucked up.
think there's a distinct difference between you putting a villain into a storyline like Lazarus, or you creating a really good scene where you describe a human to a bunch of humble folk.
Also,
the
what I
bumsy
think
bit.
though,
I don't know. I'm thinking about it too much.
it might be
Yes.
Lazarus because it seems like Josh is like it's in the green of like Josh's sick satisfaction of making us squirm because it's a backstory NPC that's doing the garbage. Like when we saw the like your brother, what the fuck was his name? And we
Jordan.
were like,
Jordan.
Jordan Littlefoot, and we were like, oh my god. Yeah, I think he wants the same, but a bigger one. He wants us to die on stream when he's like Lazarus, and we're like,
Boom.
we're on to you, Josh.
Very well. Very well. Cool. Yeah, nice. You're the DM. You can change it any way you want. Nice curveball, Josh. Nice try. Thanks, Zerum. I was proud of it.
Getting us to tell the theories and then changing whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is it. I can make it
Watching
not
you.
that now. If you've ever guessed it right, you're wrong now.
Damn it.
There's plenty of Corvum here to choose from.
There is plenty of Corbin though.
And my other question was, what is your favorite moment of the season so far? Like, what's your favorite thing that's happened?
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big question.
I have to go with the divination visit, and seeing all the bones and Helbig's spines in the pile with the evil fire snake, like saying creepy things to Jude. I know I was in tears that entire scene, but that just made it more real. Like, it was just so powerful of a scene for Jude, especially to witness that and to have it influence her decisions moving forward.
Yeah. My mum and dad are really valiantly, and it's really lovely, trying to wrap their heads around what it is I do 3 nights a week. It's really charming. They're like, the fuck are you doing? Like, they're like, do you make money from it? I'm like, a bit sometimes. And they're like, that's how does it work, Josh? Like, really want to know. And I'm just like, well, look, I love it because it's an incredibly interactive storytelling medium that has an awful lot of potential, and I can do cool stuff with it. And I'm like, hey, look, it's on YouTube, and it's actually that scene. I just found that bit of the YouTube and sent it to them and like, watch that 15-minute bit, because it's possibly my proudest, like the bit of this season I think I've done the best thus far. Like, watch that and you can see me at my best doing something that I'm quite good at. Yeah, no, I would agree. That one. They haven't watched it yet, as far as I'm aware. Well, like, I haven't seen them since they watched it, so I haven't had a chat with them. Yeah. Rach, what do you reckon?
Yes, that is true. I have had to explain that to my family, and I have said that line. In my office, and I make voices at my computer screen.
Yes. It's like, I play a board game with a bunch of people in other places. Huh?
I'm a mouse.
Yes, a warrior mouse with a weird Italian come Russian accent.
Yeah, bouncy Russian accent.
What do you reckon, Rach?
I really liked when we were trying to figure out what was in Nevermore's face, and we went to that church, because that was a really fun moment, because all of the descriptions were really cool, and also the role play with Mitch was a lot of fun, and that was a good time. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. It gave me so many ideas, because I hadn't at that point decided what was in his face.
Oh, really? Nice.
I was like, oh shit, I wasn't planning on having to work this out right now. I was just something. And forward to that, I really liked AJ casting Detect Evil and Good on it, and I was just like, oh, yes, that's so great, because she's gonna notice that. And it's sort of a fiend and also sort of a celestial, and that's great. Yeah, I can drop that piece of lore, that piece of information, casually slip that in there. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna put that aside for the now. Yeah.
It's like these like delicious little breadcrumbs for us, Josh, and like the humble folk that we are, we just scamper and num 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 num.
There's a few that it's really cool. There's a couple of story hooks that are going to come back for season 3 that I laid in season 1. That, like, there's Trish has a fancy dagger. You remember that?
Oh no!
That whole death threat that you had that nothing ever happened with.
Oh right.
Oh my gosh!
Forgot about that.
Yeah, we had a death threat. Who was the death threat from? Oh my gosh! I don't think we ever realized.
I think I just assumed that was bandit shenanigans, but you're right, we never really solved that mystery.
Never resolved that one.
Oh, Josh, I wish you hadn't have told us, because that would have been so flippin' funny if we got like 3 and we're just like, wait.
No, I'm on edge.
Us for like weeks.
Now I'm on edge, because now I'm going to be like worried about that dagger every time Rachel's like, I make an offhand attack, and see the fancy dagger, be like, that's our doom.
Wait, didn't we get that fancy dagger the same night that Mitch had the
Nevermore had the...
Yeah. And the same night that Dan got a firefly, that Helvig got the.
It's all coming together, guys. It's all coming together.
Honestly, I was more stressing that it was the night Helvig had to not sleep on the mattress, but that's fine.
Yeah. We're getting closer. We're getting closer, team.
Yeah. My favorite part of the season, I think, was you plugging holes and trying not to kill the party as they're trying to escape. The shit show from the Scorched Grove. But specifically, I like we're riding a snake now. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. I think the moment I liked, there was Mitch said, Josh, I'm going to use my helping hand. And I was like, what do you think I've been doing this entire time?
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes the roles are just not with you. I wound up having a massive chat on the Discord with somebody else about it. About like, is it okay? Like Serum asked the question on the Discord, like, is it okay to like TPKing? And I expressed an opinion about that. I'm just like, you have to be very, very careful with it. And like, is it all right to pull out some stuff that you wouldn't normally pull out to save a party because you don't want to kill them? Like, if I want to kill you guys, I want to do it deliberately rather than, I was like, this wasn't supposed to kill you. What the fuck? How are you getting it this badly? Yeah.
I think it's a delicate balance as well, though, because this is a show.
Yeah.
Like, fundamentally, we're creating what I like to think of as a TV series of these characters' journeys. So
yeah, absolutely.
If you haven't planned for them to die, or like something happens and it's just not the right way that the story needs to go, and like keeping in mind the assets and everything that we do, like artwork takes time and planning. Like if Jude dies next week, we would have to scramble our butts so fast to try and get new art for whatever character I'd be playing next. Like that's a lot of chaos. So when Helvig died, we were all like distraught because we had to like move.
Panic,
We were
and
no.
Props to Breepai as well. Breepai, who does all of our art and is an amazing person, and really did pull out all the stops and got Benneck up and running super quick for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
You couldn't have another character die the next week. Like that
would not have gone down well with Breepai. I was like, really sorry, I didn't mean to keep murdering them. Like a TPK, I was just like, okay, we're going to have a couple of weeks off, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I figure out how to progress the story with a B team.
With a B team, Jesus. It's like when a
group
new
of
season
bees
comes out, they recast everyone. You're like, ugh, like season 2 without like the hottie. It's just.
Well.
Yeah.
Maybe when we do recast, it's my meet Pinocchio.
Yeah, so that was what we were talking about before. Yeah, we were like, I can't remember exactly how we got onto it. I think it was, we were all showing off our humorous t-shirts.
Yeah.
And Dan was like, I just have meat underneath my jumper, and that got us onto like that Dan is actually just a pile of meat in a trench coat. That's because he lives in the meat space, and some sort of meat Pinocchio creature, like a kebab that came to life, is sort of where we got with that.
I think someone said the phrase.
Yeah, exactly.
Eldritch horror Pinocchio, which
is
good.
If you've ever played
Darkest Dungeon. Dan is meaty Pinocchio, and Rachel is buy my book. Platypus Sam.
This is an interesting question because Jude has died, or almost died, a lot.
You're the paladin though. You are the meat shield. You are the.
I run it. Jude runs at danger without thinking about consequences because again, intelligence level of 7, and AJ doesn't think things through. But it's made me consider what my next character is. So. Not that Jude is dying, but I would like to have a conversation, like a legitimate conversation about what we would create if
was the next character.
Yeah, what the next character would be, hypothetically.
Because I gave Dan a very, given where we wanted to bring in the new character, I said to Dan, right, so they're going to be a wizard, probably a spellcaster for definite. They don't have to be a wizard, it could be a sorcerer, it could a warlock would be difficult. They don't really teach warlockry at the Avium, but yeah, a student of the Avium is who you're going to be. But beyond that, I let him free reign on Benneck pretty much. Could have been a professor rather than a student. But I adore Benneck and I adore where you've gone with it. But yeah, there's been an awful lot of we need a platypus in the series. That is totally a path that you could go down if you wanted to. So AJ, have you been giving this some thought regarding like who you play next?
No, not at all. But I just thought about it. I would love to play, I think, a cat of some kind. Like is it Eliza?
Yeah, Eliran.
Yeah. I'd love to play a cat of some kind, or shake things up and be a puppy dog.
Oh.
But like a really like Labradory puppy dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like always affection, really excited for plans.
Oh.
Really intelligent, but like, yeah.
Just a yes dog.
Yeah, a yes dog.
A Labracadabrador? Siberian, yes.
That's so good.
A puppy wizard.
Puppy
Yeah,
dog.
because you could totally reskin a Vulpin as a dog. Like a Vulpin, they're foxes, but you could make them a dog. Yeah, I wouldn't be actually skinning a Vulpin.
Okay,
We're all very
I
much
was
in the
just-
meat space.
Yeah, I would do that. I would shuffle around some stats and play like a puppy guard or something.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
I got to live up to the cuteness of Jude in like a different format.
Yeah.
Can't take away the element of Jude. Like you need some sort of adorableness,
Yeah.
but just in a different format.
I've already taken a Humblewood character off and played another campaign with them as well.
Oh yeah.
Because we did what was her name? Silva Konosdottir went and did the 2-shot with the Doom Donkey just before Christmas. Yeah, that was super fun. It was really nice to give her more lease on life because it was one of those NPCs. I was like, this person needs more. This was fun, and again, completely made up. Did not in book.
My second option.
Oh.
And I've only just thought about this. Is I'm forgetting the comedian's name entirely, but he always talks about his French bulldog who like has a French accent.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney, and he does these like close-ups of the dog where he's like, "You little cocksucker," and it's just like I just imagine there's like smoking French.
So a
accent.
different kind of dog.
It's different, or the cat. I would do the cat, and I would have like a sassy French accent and just like always
Lick my butt. Yeah.
Because in the Phoenix Iwaki's one shot that we did on Saturday, we were in Humblewood.
Amazing.
they
fighting Formians? Or fighting two Etins?
No, it was just like a randomized setting and randomized plot. But we went to the coast in Humblewood, and there was like this shady pub, and they were talking about like how all these Vulpins were the waiters, and there was a Corvum like dancing on stage, and all I could think about, and I mentioned it, was like a Humblewood burlesque show, and I got so disturbed. I was like, am I a fairy now? Like, what is this? So if I am the French...
Only if you found it arousing.
No, I didn't. I was scared. I was physically scared.
Then no, you're not. You're safe. Not that there's anything wrong with being a fairy.
No. Fully embrace it if it was me, but no. I would be the French cat and a madame of like.
Oh yes. You see, I'm imagining the white cat from Aristocats.
Yes, but like.
Yeah.
Of a lady.
I love it.
Cat.
Like a panther.
Guys, I really want to kill Jude now.
Don't do it.
So you could be a madam.
Chat's gonna be a riot.
You can be Shill Out of Shill Out Sequestery. We'll work in that you stop running the spa and become an adventurer instead.
Just a flash forward, it's Jude in 20 years. It's like, back in
you
my
go get him.
day, I fought dragon snakes. Just a deeper Russian bouncy.
Don't worry, Omi. I'm trying not to kill Jude. I think I've demonstrably tried not to kill Jude. Rach, have you had any thoughts about what you'd like to play next?
I don't know if these are what I would play, but I've had two thoughts.
Oh yeah.
Cassowary Barbarian.
Amazing.
Where they're just like straight up terrifying, but you have no idea what's going to set them off. Like, it could be anything. Like, you could punch them in the face, they'll be like, whatever. But if you feed them food they don't like, they'll murder you. Or like a lyrebird bard, because I think that just makes sense.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like a bird of paradise.
With the
That could be
beautiful
really
feathers and
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
that's awesome. I like that. Ugh.
Don't worry, Omi, Jude's not going anywhere.
Now, we established a long time ago, Jude is basically immortal. Josh is, yeah, absolutely, Sarah. I can watch back at this. I don't need to take notes. Dan?
Oh God, starting from the long list of characters Josh is gonna murder, huh?
No.
Usually I have like a huge stockpile of character concepts that I'm just like, which one is it gonna be this time? And normally it's just gonna be like, hey, what the story needs or where we're going, like how with Benneck, it was gonna be at the avium, so he had to be like a student or a spellcaster of some kind. Or what like the party needs, like Helvig was the main healer because of that's how we were constructed as the group before. But like in a vacuum, if I had to just play a different character that's not Benneck or Helvig, and I had to just go in with the next one, I like the idea of like the servants, like a deer character. I'm not sure yet what class, but one of the concepts that I had thinking about was very inspired by this game called Plague Tale.
Oh yeah.
To people in chat in there, and the main character uses a sling, and I was like, a sling rogue that one-shots people with sneak attack.
Sling, love
with
it.
a sling.
Yeah, with a D4 damage. But...
And then sneak attack guy was just like,
bam.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then they die.
Bullet. Yeah.
They're like, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
But we won't go that way because that was Helvig. Helvig was apologetic murder, so it'll be different.
All right. Omi has asked a question, guys. Who is your favorite NPC to date that isn't Eliza?
Oh no.
I can have a favorite, can't I?
Ravania, because he always knows what you want.
I do enjoy being Ravania and getting to he knows what's going to happen. That is really fun to play a character that actually has godlike perception.
I don't think I can say Jordan. I love the scene with Jordan, but I haven't been enough to really care about him yet.
Yeah, no. That's fair.
But I think it was the guy who joined us and then died.
Helvig?
No.
Tevor.
Our fire guide.
Tevor.
Tevor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tevor was cool.
At least this season, I think Tevor was my favorite.
Yeah.
I think of last season.
His love, his boyfriend.
His boyfriend. Yeah.
What was Trish's friend's name?
Hey? Oh, Cash.
Yeah, Cash. I think Cash was cool. It was like a cool rogue. that just appeared when you needed her. It's like, damn.
I really enjoy Benner as well. Benner's like, Benner is cool to be, but every now and again, a little NPC comes up as somebody who's there for just one scene, and every now and again you get, I inadvertently hit upon something very cool. So I'm just like, that's enjoyable. That was a really fun little person to be. And there was the Viking hedgehog at the crest, where you met him like twice. His name was Olaf, and he came and offered to bust you guys out of prison, and then didn't, because you were like, "No, we're good." And he's like, "Oh, all right. Like, could you get us our weapons though?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I guess. I'm gonna have to leave now though. Like the whole fortress, I'm not allowed to be here anymore because they'll know what I did to them in a second. This is really inconvenient. I was really hoping to help. No, all right, fine. No, that's okay. That's cool. I'll see you guys around. Bye." And fucks off. And that was it. I liked Olaf. Okay, we have some other questions. To be fair, Tevor is
saying the acne and rabies Jabin dude.
Yeah.
Just for the conversation. But Rusty. I see why you would want to date Rusty.
Who said anything about dating Rusty?
That was the question. What was your favorite NPC to date?
Oh, I see. Very good. Very good. Wow. I don't think it was actually the question. Oh no, I apologize. It was. Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's an entirely different question.
Yeah, I've been doing this wrong then. Yeah, definitely.
I have a
he knows exactly what you want.
Jude has a Jabin boyfriend in prison somewhere.
Yeah.
That she's forgotten about.
Chance, I think his name was.
I don't know.
Yes.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, no, Jude long ago forgot about that kid. He's like, "I'll visit you in prison." She has not done that.
I've not visited him. No clue.
I think my legit answer is Cash, though.
Yeah.
I think she's resourceful.
I like Spinner's question.
Yeah, okay. When you are told of / discussing your characters for this campaign, what was the one thing you were looking forward to or possibly doing with your character, and one thing you were worried would happen, not including death? I'm curious to know the answer to these ones as well.
I have 2 characters.
I mean, because I think this was all sort of in the beginning, so let's stick with, unless you have answers for Benneck, let's stick with Helvig.
Yeah.
I know when I was creating Jude that I was the last one to choose a class. So mine came down to cleric or paladin for healing purposes.
Yeah, right.
And I chose paladin because I had never been a fighter character. I'd never been a character to run in with a sword. And so that really shaped who Jude was to run in and stab things, was because AJ had never run in and stabbed things. But one thing I was worried about was, I don't know, not knowing enough about paladins to kind of get it right. And that's where like Jude's sort of mannerisms came in with the ocarina and other things to sort of camouflage that she's not a full fighter. She's got other things to her.
Yeah.
I think. That's my answer.
Yeah, cool.
Mine is for Helvig. I did do the thing that I was really looking forward to with him, because this was back in campaign 1 where we had the OP natural 20 donation. Thank you, people who did that.
Yeah.
And what I was looking forward to when I made Helvig, I made him like innately tanky as a hedge, because I really liked the quills, but I didn't want him to be the kind of guy that really takes advantage of his like natural like resilience. So that's why he acted like that. But what I really wanted was looking forward to was if he was invested with the party enough and he like really cared for them, and he just like he loses one of them, or just thinks of the possibility of losing one of them, he just goes off the rails, and it's just like, I don't know what this is.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, but please give whoever it is back, and then just like kill somebody with like max damage guiding bolt, which I did do. R.I.P. that frog. That one time.
What's his name? It was like Trevor or something.
It was like a
Frog.
normal sounding.
The frog was the frog had a name.
Frog was a friend of
Berzan.
Berzan's. It was definitely not George. I mean,
Terrence. Possibly Terrence. Something like that.
Yeah.
I have it in my notes. Rachel, tell us what you were worried about.
What I was worried about though.
Oh yeah,
Just
sorry.
real quick.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not done.
Apologies. Carry on.
What I was worried about though, to go off of that, was if I do that too often and he becomes this, he ceases to be that guy that's like no longer like not taking advantage of his resilience. It's like, I'm actually really powerful and I'm just gonna wade in there and kill everything, keep my friends safe because fuck everyone else. And that was what I was worried about. I didn't want him to go that way as a character, and I was just like, well, if he does, he does. But he died. So
I think that is fascinating though, if Helvig had gone down that route of being the blood god that everyone in chat wanted him to be, of embracing his sort of OP-ness. That would have been a really different avenue.
Yeah. It was Gerald, the giant toad.
Gerald.
There you are. On page 14 of my 80 pages of notes is
Gerald's
Gerald.
dead.
I remember it was going to be Jeremiah, but I thought it was too obvious.
Jeremiah
Was a bullfrog. Yeah.
Every time I hear the name Gerald, I always think of like an old nana just being like, Gerald! Gerald!
Oh, I always think of The Witcher because it's close.
Geralt. Yeah.
Gerald.
Rach?
Gerald!
Well, I was really excited to do Scroungecraft because I thought that was cool as fuck when I was going through the book, and I still do it at every opportunity. Satisfied. I would like to see Trish do some more sneaky rogue shit because she's not a bandit anymore, but she's still got those skills, and I want the opportunity to use them more. I think it would be fun. I just need to find some shit I need to steal.
Yeah. Like, because you got offered a chance very early on when Kesh first came onto the scene, and you were like, nah, I'm with these guys that might go off over badly. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
Maybe I should, I don't know. Well, that segues into my biggest worry about Trish was that she wouldn't fit in with the rest of the group because she had that bandit deserter background and she's kind of a dodgy criminal type. I was worried she wouldn't fit in with the others.
And it metastasized into Trish very well as well. She was very worried about that as well, clearly.
Yes.
And now she's Team Mom.
But she still has that insecurity of like from her nightmare, of feeling like
absolutely
she's not fitting.
Superfluous.
Trish, my heart.
Yeah. We've had another one from Nelderberry, I think it was. Have anybody considered multi-classing?
Yep.
Ooh, what would Jude multi-class to?
Oh, come on. I think the chat can...
Bard. Sorry, Bard. Yeah, barded it. That was it. Yeah.
Paladin Bard. But Jude needs to process her grief and get back to a happier space in order for her to sort of embrace that musical side of her more.
Yeah.
If she continues down the dark path that Jude is going down, then it will be more paladin necromancer.
Oh my god.
Or paladin warlock, like making a pact with some sort of demon to get powers. Like, I don't know what Jude will do. It will be a horrible mistake, but there's two paths for Jude.
Yeah. Trish makes me think of a more badass version of Molly Grew from The Last Unicorn. I don't know the reference. Sorry, Smutgate. I'm sure it's a very nice thing to say.
Like I have to watch The Last Unicorn now.
Yeah, no, I need to. Yeah.
Or read it.
Yeah, I feel like it was a film. Anybody else thought about multiclassing? I don't think Nevermore would. I think Nevermore's a wizard through and through. But I could be wrong.
How big? No. Especially since his whole shtick was like trying to give the hive heart to somebody else, and he just wants to go back home. He didn't really want to adventure or anything. So
Out of curiosity, this would come to Helvig actually. If he succeeded in giving the hive heart back, he would have lost his powers.
yeah, then
And he'd be
it's not
aware of
like-
that. What would he be then if he wanted to continue helping the party?
Oh, what class would he be? I was like,
His-
technically not multi-classing because he just class.
Yeah, no. But it's
Right.
sort of, I the way I do it mechanically is you could either make a pact with a different thing or become a different class, and I let you be 5 levels or whatever level you were at in a new class and just straight up become something new.
I have a guess.
Go on, you guess first before I answer.
Cleric.
Yeah.
What I was gonna answer was actually a druid.
Ooh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that makes
yeah.
more sense.
And similar level.
But if he has like 0 access to magic just because of the whole hive heart thing, then like probably fighter. But just like working up towards like doing little hedgehog push-ups. Like I got this. I'm gonna help protect my friends.
Aw.
Like his dad was a soldier. His dad and Jude's dad have the same job.
I am curious about that because we haven't learnt about the lore of Jude's birthplace, and Jude's part of because it's not in the Humblewood necessarily, it's kind of a little bit further away. Who
Yeah.
are they at war with? Because if it's Helvig's family, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Season 3, we'll get there.
Oh gosh.
Hey, did you deal with that high fight? Yeah, great. Now, I need you and some of your friends, that one's going to be a traitor though, to help us kill this mouse general. Cool. In answer to Nolderberry's question to me, what other classes are housed at the Avium? As in, what other things can you learn to be beyond wizard? Basically, any mainline spellcaster. You can learn sorcery, you can learn clerics, druids, and bards. There isn't very many bards, but it's not a particularly popular class because it's sort of the most sensible to learn just from being a musician. But yeah, you can learn any magic, any form of magic at the Avium. It is taught. Paladins could learn from the cleric teachers. Rangers could learn from the druid teachers. They're there to teach the magical element of the thing. So the half-casters like artificers and rangers could learn that side of thing from the wizardry ones.
So there aren't very many bards at the Avium?
Not a lot.
Are you trying to say that an arts degree isn't sensible, Josh? Because I
didn't say that. As the possessor of 2.
They just don't have a bard program. All right,
Yeah.
they need to go to the
It got
Academy.
defunded.
The Academy of Xander
Ah.
has a really good bard program. Okay?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't even
it's a
escape it
university.
even in the Humblewood.
Yeah, it's the UWA of universities in the Humblewood. You have to go somewhere else for a decent arts education.
Wow.
As I understand it, Xandar's is an excellent program, but that's for teenagers, not for adults.
They have an
like-
undergraduate program.
Oh, they do. Okay, they have a tertiary program.
They do, because Basil Beryllium, before he was eaten, was a graduate that was still studying at the Academy of Xander.
What is the sub goal for
there you
funding
go.
bard colleges at the Avium?
Make it
Trish.
happen.
Make it happen.
Um,
That's
Omi, One Shot Wednesday are new, but have you considered doing a one shot in the Humbleverse with, say, Mitch playing Lazarus or something like that pre-campaign? Oh boy, Omi, have I.
Ooh, a flashback.
Flashback Lazarus and his adventuring pals, Riffin, and oh my god, yes. Yeah.
Rach, did you answer the multi-class question? Because I'm curious about Trish.
If Trish was to multiclass, what would she multiclass into?
Well, it doesn't make much sense with her stats, but I've been thinking. She has a lot of pent-up rage. And she tends to get really into the anger side of combat. I could see her being a bit of a barbarian. I think that could be interesting.
Oh,
Dude. Hell yeah.
Definitely.
a ranger barbarian? Hell yes.
Rogue barbarian.
Oh, rogue. Why did I think you were a ranger? I think it's because the bow and arrow.
Yeah, no, rogue barbarian's a terrifying thing. Because you can automatically choose to have advantage on every attack.
Do it.
Do it.
I am really considering it. Thank you for asking that question.
Check. I'm just making sure it's actually possible with your stats.
Violent rage.
Barbarian need a strength of 13 to multi-class into.
Just like
Technically.
the full workout monster. I'm sure there's potions of like strength in Adavium.
The trick of it is you can be a dex barbarian. I would probably, if you desperately actually wanted to do it, I would allow it, subbing dex for strength. I would allow it because it's fun. And again, I'm always the rule of cool. I'm looking at the player handbook now, and it is barbarian requires ability score minimum strength 13. That's it. Yeah, dex barbarian with a finesse weapon is a legit dangerous thing. Exactly, Nelderberry. Yeah, and your con's really good. I think you've got like a 14 or 16 con. I have her stats right here. What am I doing? That's interesting.
Do it.
Trish is a strength 7, dex 18, con 16, then int 10, wiz 10, charisma 16. Yeah, so not very many casting classes would be super useful to you. You need sort of charisma for like bard. You could paladin it. Sorcerer rogue would be a bit scary.
Don't you need it? Isn't sorcerer natural? So it's just innate within her. It just wakes up.
It's charismatic, and you can start being a sorcerer at any time. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Ooh,
That sounds like a like a superhero.
Yeah.
An age and it wakes up within you.
Yeah, and it depends on there's loads of different souls that you could be. So your divine soul sorcerer, for example, are party healers. Wild magic would be the way I'd go, because wild magic's always fun.
I do like that Trish is learning medicine, but having her go a little bit ragey in the current storyline that we're going, and to like develop into.
She almost murdered a book. Like.
I really want to do it now. Actually,
You dead set. Actually. Well, I'll also tell you, like, you will level up before the end of the season. Just flash that out there. Mama Bear Trish. Raccoon barbarian.
I'm just looking at all the things now because of this
Rage
multi-classing business.
It's I understand the point of sort of stat minimums for multi-classing, but I'm open to negotiation with it. If we're talking about One-Shot Wednesdays for a little minute, our own Rachel Foucar will be running one in August.
Oh,
Yay!
Excitement.
is this in the Rings of Mars?
Yeah, this is what we want to know. Now we must.
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but I'm terrified.
It can't be because
idea.
no one's bought the book yet, so they won't know what the fuck's going on. You guys need to buy the. If enough people buy the book, then she'll be able to set it in the Rings of Mars and it'll make sense to everybody. Holding the one shot to ransom.
That's amazing.
Spelljammer, Rings of Mars setting. Yes.
I want to play spell gem again.
Did we miss a question? Am I tripping?
Did we?
I don't know.
Actually think about.
I'm scrolling up. Scrolling up.
Lots of created a monster. Yeah. Multiclassing is always an interesting thing to choose to do. The first character I ever built and played is Scan Felspar. And I multiclass. I was like, I'm thinking about multiclassing, and I did it way too early, and killed his utility. In an effort to expand his utility, I actually broke him a little bit, and it's taken me a while to make him work as a character again. Hello, me. Leave my lunches alone, Rachel. I just added the book to my wish list. It's gonna happen, I promise.
I will throw laundry at you.
The sad thing is, Rachel, it's really hard to get it without supporting Mr. Bezos's divorce habit.
No, I feel dirty and gross.
Like, but you don't have to get it from Amazon if you get the ebook.
This is true. This is true.
You can get it.
Can we buy it straight from Rage? No, unfortunately we can't.
No.
Yeah. Has anybody else got any questions for the group? And was there one that I saw that Serum posted in our... Did any of the characters ever realize they got cheated out of 10 gold? Oh yeah, that. If they did, it was my bad. Like, it was, the guy wasn't actively trying to cheat them. It was just, Josh probably did the math wrong.
Wait, who cheated us out of 10 gold?
The guy, the mayor of Winnowing Reach, when he was paying you for slime hunting, you went and wrangled some slimes for him and also saved his niece.
Wow.
Yeah, he maybe swindled you for 10 gold. But also, and I want to point this out, he also paid you to kill Burzan and you totally didn't do it. So...
What do you mean? He's totally dead.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's not dead.
He was a nice dragon.
You get to keep that ocarina.
Yeah, the thing is, an ebook is an ebook, and you can't hold it and sniff it. You can't breathe in the glue from the spine and enjoy that.
It doesn't have the book smell.
Yeah, book smell is good. Yeah.
Do I have any questions?
Yeah, I'm racking
Kind of
my
bargain.
brain now for...
What's been the most surprising moment for your characters?
Ooh. Can I add to that? Have your characters taken you by surprise? Feel free to answer both, but that was a neat question, AJ. I like that.
Thank you.
Like, has Jude ever done anything that's like, oh, wow, I did not expect her to do that?
Every week.
Jude has totally done stuff that I did not expect her to do. Yeah, on a weekly basis.
I put Jude on, like I become Jude for the stream, and whatever happens. She runs loose in my brain, and I get surprised by some of the things Jude does. Like pulling the beak to see if it was a fake beak was not planned.
Good.
So
stupid.
Jude constantly surprises me because I think it's just me being like, "Ooh, impulse," and just doing whatever Jude feels like doing it in that moment. And then I'm like, "Well, that was dumb. Why did I do that?" But I think the most surprising thing that Jude did was sing to the guy where we had killed all his friends. I had like killed a bunch of his friends with spears, particularly gruesomely, like a couple through the eye, and then had sat with this guy who was having a panic attack and been like, "Everything's going to be okay because you're with Jude," and then and it was like, this is traumatizing. Like that is psycho level.
With
shit.
the blood on her hands.
He was covered.
Yeah.
He was covered in their blood and was singing to him and patting his head.
While
like,
one of his friends, one of your friends, was walking around with another of his mates on his
back.
recently metalled spines.
Yeah.
It was horrific. And Jude's like, "Where everyone calls us murderers." I'm like, yeah. Yeah, they do.
And then
Love
Jude
that.
had an existential crisis, like, are we bad guys? Are we bad guys?
You might be.
Murder is okay.
Murder is okay with friends. There's a lot of things that Jude does where I'm like, what? You need to go to a psych.
I must say, surprising moment is hitting jackpot on the deck of many for Helvig. When it landed on me, I was like, I might be dead.
No.
I just might be dead.
There's about a 5 in 20 chance, 5 in 22 chance of actual like death on the
But it might be painful. You know, it's like, and now he's Silver, and I was like, my brain was like, and what was the first thing you do with Silver's fights? Impale someone with them.
Yeah.
But I was like, how big wouldn't do that? So let's like have to, but I want to do that. Dan wants to do that. So we'll just flavor it like he accidentally just, you know.
Rips. No, shut up.
He did not account for the newer weights, and he just kind of like mid-air.
Yeah.
Anything that Helvig did that surprised you?
Anything that Helvig did that.
Or Benneck.
For Benneck, because he's so fresh in my brain, it's surprising to me, as much as it was initially just a minor aspect of his character, you know, carrion feeder cannibalism, but like
He led into it so hard.
it became like such a major part of him. Oh yeah, he eats people. Also, he contacts a lot of people for food.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, pretty tight with the staff, and he gets like awful all the time. And I'm like, I'm surprised by that, and I keep surprising myself with like doing negative charisma talks. Like I would think of like, oh, this is the meaning I'm trying to convey. And then I was like, but it's Benneck with -1 charisma. Yeah, how do I say this thing fully and in a way that can be misconstrued into something else?
Yeah.
It's also not wise.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember. I think the Helvig's last moment for sure surprised me. I did not expect him to be so valiant at the very end, because he's such a like, I mean, we joke, but he's such a soft boy. He was party mom when he's like trying to placate everyone, and always the one that was on the quieter end because he wanted to just like support people up. That was his thing. And for him to be like so just like staring down at this snake at the like very end, just to, in my brain, it was him trying to taunt the snake. He didn't expect to die there. It was like, look at me, don't hurt my friends. But yeah, I did not think that would like come out of Helvig at all.
Yeah.
I think that is the most surprising Helvig thing, because I already foresaw him one-shotting somebody with a guiding bolt.
Yeah. Trish, any surprising things?
Yeah.
Rachel, rather?
Fish!
I think one of the most surprising things was end of season 1, meeting up with her parents again, because I did not expect to meet them. I thought, I've left home, I'm out, I'm gone. And then when they did show up and I knew they were at the bandit camp, my immediate feeling as Trish was like, they can't see me like this. I'm in prison, I'm fucked up, I don't want them to see me. And I was like, oh, okay. That was surprising when I realized that. And then the way they interacted at the end was, yeah, unexpected, but good. Yeah. And
cool.
I think my other surprise was how much I get along with Nevermore now. Like, at the start of the campaign, I did not expect their relationship to end up where it is now. Like, they were so snarky with each other. So yeah, that's been surprising how that's developed as well. Those are the two.
Yeah.
I have the opposite with Jude. 'Cause
Yeah, you used to get along super
like,
well.
I would travel in his backpack
Yeah.
in season 1, and now Jude is like fighting the power that is that is Nevermore, like rebelling against her like pseudo dad. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? What's a surprising thing for you as the DM?
You guys surprise me every bloody week. It's often the choices that, like, I prepare, and there has been a question about, like, has there ever been any bit of the Humblewood that I've prepared, like in detail, that you guys just haven't done, or and I would say there has been very little wasted preparation. There's been very few bits and pieces that you guys have just noped your way across, with the exception of some combats where you just found a better, easier, less violent way. Normally through dancing. Yeah. Normally through Jude's bullshit. But there has been a Scroungecraft instance where you didn't have any more fighting because of it. You definitely, Helvig has noped to fight as well through kindness. Yeah, there's been, I don't know if Nevermore's actually just noped something, but that's because Mitch is really in tune with what the DM is intending. And I don't know if he does it deliberately or subconsciously, but he leans into what he knows I want him to do. So I don't know if he's ever done that, but also he's playing the most intellectual character as well, who's the most in his head. But yeah, you guys do surprise me all the time. If you're talking about an NPC that has done something that surprised me, I don't know. I don't know if enough of them in my head are possibly Eliza making the eye patch. But I don't know if it's surprising, really, just sort of like, like I get these ideas and then do them, but it doesn't take me by surprise. I always vet my thoughts. I don't, nothing comes completely out of left field. But yeah, you guys surprise me all the damn time. I would not have called strapping a candle to your forehead and pretending to be a bat.
I'm a bush. Spiky bush.
Spiky bush.
My favorite surprise would have to be Helvig casting Mage Hand on his hand, and then touching a fire rune.
Oh my god.
Yep.
And every now and again, and you can, if you watch back at these eps, you can see it on my face going, what's that gonna do? Oh, that's what that's gonna do. Oh, that's really bad. And I think in that instance, I actually said, oh no, that's much worse.
I know, I was like, I'm gonna touch it. And I was like, wait. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and then...
What's really funny is if you touched it without the Mage Hand, nothing would have happened.
Yeah. Of course
it
not.
was because your hand was on fire.
Yay.
Pretty sure someone's clipped that as well, that moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Oh no, that's much worse.
No.
We've got heaps of questions coming in.
Yeah. What else did we have? Snacks and drinks. What are your favorite snacks and drinks? Dan's gonna say Skittles. Because Dan and I actually play a table game together.
I like Skittles because everybody at the table there of our table can enjoy Skittles. It's not like
we have vegan and a gluten-free at the table, so they're a good everybody snack.
Yeah, so it's like I don't feel like I'm excluding people. When I'm like, here's Skittles, they're for everybody, lots of them.
It's normally corn chips and Skittles are the safe bets with that one.
Personally though, I like something savory, anything savory at the table. It's a good stress food for me. And I'm like trying to solve a puzzle or like thinking about the plot in some way or waiting for my turn in a combat thing, and I'm just like numbing.
Yeah.
I have a very convoluted answer to this question.
I'm curious as to how this question can develop a convoluted answer. What's your favorite snack while you're playing D&D?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
I was wearing an onion on my belt, as was the style at the time.
So here's the thing. I haven't played a RPG game at a table.
Ever.
Or if I have, I've made fantasy food for my friends to eat, which is one of my favorite hobbies. However, when we play Humblewood, I always snack because somehow Jude always has like muffins or something in her mouth. So I'm always snacking or eating cookies while we're streaming. But one time I have done a tabletop RPG, sour cream and onion Pringles.
Solid. Pringles always good.
That's
my
good.
convoluted answer, but like such a simple question.
Yeah. So the answer
Good
to
taste.
the was Pringles.
Pringles,
It's literally a one-word answer.
But I was gonna plug that the fantasy food that I make, I have made some recipes and I will be doing some YouTube videos later this year. So I will plug that while I'm
So this was a targeted strike. I see what
I see,
with the complexity game.
Check out Winter's Tales will be coming to YouTube in August.
Yes.
Yeah, Rach?
I like vanilla Coke. The fizzy sugar juice gives me the energy to stab in character.
I like how you said that.
I have gone to alcohol-free beer. I did it in April. I lost 5 kilos in April just by switching to alcohol-free beer because I drink quite a lot of beer. But 2 or 3 beers in, and all of a sudden you're making dumb choices, and you need to keep a clear head, particularly if you're DMing. So yeah, alcohol-free beer is my sort of go-to for a beverage whilst playing, and for a snack, I gotta say, actually, the thought of Pringles,
Right.
I am hungry for Pringles now.
Now I want Pringles.
For a year of my life when I was 19, I had Pringles for breakfast every day. That was my breakfast.
That's insane.
I was 19.
Youth.
And well, I was teaching at a boarding school in England, so I had food on site, but I had to walk for 10 minutes to get food. And I wasn't needed to be at work until like 10. I didn't want to get up at 6:30 to get breakfast. I had then do nothing for 3 hours before I had to go to work. So I normally just rolled over, opened a packet of Pringles, had half of it, cleans out the mouth, cleanses the palate. You got morning breath. Pringles will fix that. Ready soda Pringles, done. Dealt with.
Pringles will fix morning breath.
That's the slogan, AJ. What are you talking about?
This is a PSA for all the role players out there. Pringles solves morning breath.
Yep. I learned that 15 years ago when Pringles still had 2 curves to them.
What?
Do you remember Pringles were like a really complicated shape, not just this bend?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the only 30-year-old plus in this chat, I think.
Oh my god, I haven't had those. If I had to say something specific for snacks though, like corn chips and like salsa dip.
Doritos.
Yeah, I think it's like heaven.
Doritos and like a cheesy Dorito and French onion dip.
Ooh.
I haven't had French onion dip.
Nacho cheese and French onion dip.
We have to stop talking about food because my.
Okay, let's do something else. We've got one for Jude. What is your favorite moment in your travels with the party so far that is not getting your muffin bag of holding from Omi?
Ooh.
Omi, I'm 34. You're still a baby. It's okay.
Traveling with the party. So like while we're traveling, or just in general?
Things just in general.
Okay, so my greatest moments as Jude are, and it's really sad, the bromance that Jude had with Helvig. Whenever Helvig and Jude sort of comforted each other, those were my favorite moments, and I miss them dearly.
I do too.
But also, just a shout out to Dan. Dan and I don't know what this skill is. We can see each other in our like video call and we mime to each other as if we're sitting across a table. And
It was a question to Jude, not to AJ.
oh, Jude has to.
Oh,
Oh.
But continue your thought because it was a nice one.
replace that as Jude, but yes.
I don't think.
And miming a Dan is very funny.
Jude, Jude likes.
What have you done, Omi?
Likes the traveling and the music and story times.
Story time.
Sometimes Jude brushes her fur with Trish and they tell stories. Yeah, that's fun.
Cool. This one, Rachel, has playing Trish inspired any writing? Smug geek.
A little bit, yeah. I've been playing around a lot with characters who either have shady pasts or are motivated by, I don't like my life, this sucks, and I want to go do something exciting. And both of those, I started exploring that with Trish, and now I'm doing a lot more of it.
It's such
That
relatable.
one's the shady past, very much.
Yes, she does. Very shady past.
So yeah, a little bit.
When coming up with character goals, future aspirations, what was your character's session 0 goals compared to now? Ooh. Also good question.
Got a loaded question from somebody whose character died.
To survive.
I actually, Jude's goal in session 1 was because she ran away from home to become an adventurer and to seek glory like the god that she worships, Gaspard. So her goal was to go and make friends and an adventuring party that she could do hero things with. And that's still the case, I think, for Jude. Also, I had something in my eye. That's what was wrong. I'm sorry that you all had to witness that.
I love how AJ's whole face changes when she becomes Jude. Presumably, is the end of that sentence. Yeah, when she conjures Jude. Yeah, it's very much conjuring. It's like, I bring the voice forth from the ether.
Jude, I have to say Jude Littlefoot's name. I have to say
Jude
Littlefoot.
There
Yeah.
we go. I found my Word document of Helvig.
Oh yeah. I've got them all saved. If you ever need to, chaos and disarray, Josh. I'm quite good at this. Hi. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, that is true, Serum. I did. I don't know how I got into Toby. I think it was the name as well. I think it was Toby Danvers, and then I could go straight into that accent and just stay there for the entire stream. Yeah.
I think it's a fairly common technique among voice actors is to find that one thing that you say that gets you into the right headspace.
The other one for my American accent is okay. The word okay always does it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I do for Rusty. It's a Bill Bailey bit that he does about shark diving in South Africa. And he says, if a shark comes towards you, you need to pop it on the nose with this golf putter. And it will not like that, and it will back off. Or it will become enraged. In which case, the golf putter is no good to you. You will need something a bit larger, like a 5-iron. Do you mind?
She hates that accent.
Like, stop it.
She wants to turn
You're
your
not
face
my
down
daddy.
a bit.
Daddy, stop.
Stop it. Yes. You don't really understand streaming, do you? The face is kind of important, sweetie.
I'll just ask, Josh, do you remember Helvig's Beauty? The one that was like about surviving?
Oh.
What a deity.
I find it in Humblewood. That was like the person he like sometimes like prayed to during season 1. But yeah, his old goal and still his overarching goal is to like give the Hive Heart away to the hero that was from stories. But re-dying Helvig, I think he's lent more into like really making the most of while he has it. Like, well, the hero's not here, but I want the hero to be proud that while I had it, I did all these good things. Is how that go more for Helvig.
Definitely.
Benneck just still wants to eat things, so like, give him some time for character development.
Smut Geek, I did cheat on Siri a little bit. There was a 13-week-old puppy at a party I went to last night, and I come home covered in puppy slobber. And I picked her up, and she was like sniffing my face incredibly thoroughly. And you could see it on her. She was just like, "You whore, you whore." You did, didn't you? You thought I was cheating on you. Yeah. Yeah, so no open mouth tongue kissing. Thank you, Papa. Yes. AJ, not much of a dog person. And AJ has a scar from this dog, so that's fair.
I do.
Yeah, you do. Rach?
It's not the dog person thing. It's the I don't really want to French kiss a dog.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't want to either. Yeah, I didn't. But why not, Dutch?
She, from our perspective, she looks betrayed. She's like,
say what she looked. From my perspective, she looked betrayed. Yeah, she's like, "No, I lie down and you can rub my belly." Rach, did you have any answer to that question?
I think the session 0 goal for Trish was like 50% do something exciting with her life and 50% make amends for all the banditing she'd been doing. But now it's much more like genuine. It's like, no, I've seen more of the world and people need help and I want to help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's had an actual hero's journey. Everybody else set out to be heroes in some way or another. She was like, I'm going to have some fun. Oh, I guess I'll be a hero.
She's had a hero journey, whereas I think Jude's going to become the villain.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, Smuggy Guy, I'm also very allergic to cats.
Jude goes like full 180, becomes a necromancer, like loses the plot.
Gaspard would not approve.
Calvin's gonna come back from the dead and being like, the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Real Trentos. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. Nice to have you back. Any other questions for us, chat? Everyone said Benneck will be the BBAJ. No, it's, yeah. I don't want to drop it. It's definitely Jude.
I'm manifesting it.
Ooh, I've kind of got one. And it's actually sort of, it's for you guys, it's also for the audience.
Ooh.
A character or an NPC that you know is still alive, or at least suspect is still alive, that you'd like to see come back. Like, don't say Helvig.
Damn it.
You mean like
now as an NPC?
Someone we'd want to interact with again?
Yeah.
Burzan.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cash,
yeah, Burzan. Interacted with, but
yeah, sorry, Real Trentos. He got eaten by a giant snake. A little while ago.
Yeah.
Like Ep 2?
3.
I want to say? Ep 2 or 3, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Cash again.
So no, Dan's new character is a lovely vulture boy called Benneck. Honestly, man, I nearly killed the entire party. It was so close.
Yeah. And then the week after again.
And then I almost killed them again the week after.
Yeah.
Well, no, you guys managed to see off the snake pretty much immediately after he ate.
I have done death saves for the last 4 episodes.
Oh yeah. Did you last episode? I thought Trish rezzed you before you had to. You've been knocked out.
I was
for the last
knocked
4
out,
apps.
and I was about to do my first death.
Yeah.
save, and then I got a potion shoved down my throat. But I've been knocked unconscious for the last 4 episodes.
Are you talking about Havel Smutgeek, Havel of the Autumn Moon, whose partner Tevor passed away shortly after Benneck did, after Helvig did?
Which person is that?
I believe Smutgeek is, the character whose beloved died and they went off to join the troops.
Yes.
In memory of the name, yeah.
Yeah, Havel.
Havel didn't go off to join the troops. But he is taking a more active role in. It's more like join the firefighters. Yeah, Havel.
But there's a war going on.
Who is super lovely, and it's actually a bit sad because Havel and Tevil are in the books. But it gets to the 5th chapter is like, you compare the 1st and 2nd chapters in the book, they're like this thick. They're not meaty at all. But the book is very good for preparing the DM for any eventuality. And so if this has happened previously, this bit will happen here and that and that and that. And so chapter 4 and 5, and we're in the tail end of chapter 4 or the beginning of chapter 5, I can't remember which, but like they are like meaty chunks of the book now, and it has a bit about what the way Havel acts if Tevor dies, and it's really sad because there's several opportunities to interact with him after Tevor dies, and it's like, oh no, and you see him grow, and you guys are gonna get to see him grow. He'll be back. I'll tell you that one for free. So you're saying since Josh has been drinking non-alcoholic beers, he's been trying to kill you guys more? Yeah,
That's what that was about.
That was it. Did anyone in chat see me and Dan interacting as though we're at the table? Because it apparently, because I was listening to the interviews with the Misfits and Magic crew over at Dimension 20, and they were saying it was so lovely to be back around a table because they are now able to do that sort of stuff. And the only thing I could think of was Dan and I do that every week.
All the time.
I don't know how, but we do it every week.
Take care, Omi. Have a nice.
Bye,
nice.
Omi.
Thanks. Nice of you to drive your landlord to the airport as well.
Yeah.
That's what a
Yeah,
legend.
that's so sweet.
Because their wife can't apparently.
That's a good Samaritan right there.
Yeah, it's a good reason to. Yeah, you're a good person.
Also, Omi has 6 cats. So
Oh my god. That's a lot of cats.
I'm just like, your landlord.
Very understanding landlord as well.
Resident relationship is tight.
Yeah, that's solid. And my landlord said yes to us because we recently moved house, knowing we have 2 rabbits, a dog, and a whole bunch of fish. I was like, wow, you don't mind pets at all. That's cool. Great. Thanks.
Also, yes, I would throw Skittles at
Yeah.
given the chance, I would.
We are giant children. And Real Trentos, yes, I do think there is a direct correlation between Josh switching to alcohol-free beer and trying to kill us in-game.
Like you're
The
free to do
timeline
that.
lines up, man.
Timeline.
It does. It does awkwardly line up. Yeah.
Awkwardly.
When
he
I was
says,
drunk
right?
DMing, I wasn't trying to kill you. Weird. Never drunk DM. It's a bad idea. You'll wind up,
so
trust me,
PSA.
you'll actually wind up giving your players way too much powerful shit. What is the hardest part to DM?
Ooh,
Ooh.
Oh,
that's a good question.
other people can answer this as well because you're looking at 4 DMs actually. Like Rachel DMs, AJ DMs, Dan DMs. But
With DM
AJ also DMs. What's the hardest part to DM? God, I don't know.
I think it's personal. For me, combat.
I fucking love DMing. I find combat. Yeah. I don't particularly. I much prefer combat at a table game. There's just something about using like Roll20 or Foundry. They're good programs, but they are a little clunky, and it can slow things down a bit. Combat, if you're playing at a table, can be quite swift. That's why I prefer theater of the mind. If I was playing at a table, I wouldn't bother with maps and stuff. I maybe draw a mud map with a whiteboard marker on a. I've got a little whiteboard that I can carry around as like you're here, and just really easy, super simple. I've got tons of minis, and I never use them for combat. But I think the hardest part of DMing for me is striking the balance of trying to kill your players but wanting them to win, and finding that middle point. And occasionally I kill someone, but it also
this dude
This guy right here.
yeah, that one guy. Only character I've ever, well, no, not the only character I've ever deliberately killed. I've killed loads of characters deliberately.
Wow. Savage.
What do you guys reckon? What's the hardest part about DMing?
Okay, I've located it in my brain. I was like, what is the hardest bit for me as a DM? Is, how do I put this in a concise manner? I really like a lot of things of DMing, combat and like making up the lore and like doing riddles. And the riddles bit is actually the hardest. And it's not the riddles themselves, but it's giving enough to knowing that you've given enough to the players for them to work out the riddle, but not enough to make it easy. And because you know the answer, because I know the answer, I can't always tell if I've given them enough information or like look at it objectively and go, well, can they solve it? Or is it like currently unfair? Have I just accidentally made this whole thing frustrating for the party because I think they can do it, but they actually can't with the information they have? And I think that's the hardest bit for me, is like to know that I've given them enough information for the answer.
My solution to that is I think of a way I would do it and then trust that the brain's trust will figure it out. Like, I know it can be done, so you guys can figure it out. And occasionally it does take a while.
I did a maze once. And it was like playing Battleship with my players. Because we spent 3 to 4 like sessions where I on my end would trace what direction they were going through this maze in, and on their end they were like, well, we don't have the maze to work with, but these directions we've got it.
You sunk my battleship.
Flipping forever, but it was really fun.
I once built a trap, and I'm not going to detail it too much because I intend to use it possibly on stream. But a party that Dan was in got caught in it. It was some sort of never-ending corridor, basically.
Oh,
we did this in session 0.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys played it. It was. You guys solved it relatively quickly. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love coming up with really complicated traps. Basic traps is what I find hard. I'm just like, I'm throwing a pit hole. Yeah, that'll do. Line it with spikes, maybe, I guess. But they all have, like, at least 2 of them have got decent passive perception. You know, it's a bit like, I'm trying to find interesting but simple traps. Just like a simple skill challenge to flesh it out a little bit. I find that quite difficult. Rach?
Yes.
Sorry.
I haven't done very much DMing, but the one thing that I found a little bit hard was when you think of something really good and you flesh it out in your notes and it's really, really cool, and then the players
don't do it. Yeah.
And you gotta be cool with it. You gotta be like, all right, that's fine. It's all good. That's painful.
There's a way to be able to on the fly manipulate it, so whatever the direction they go in is
the one you want them to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote one once where it was like, hey, you go to there are 3 canyons. You pick one. Whichever. I only wrote the contents of one canyon, because regardless of where they go, it's an exercise in railroading, but the trick is hiding the tracks.
Illusion of choice, I hate it.
The illusion of choice is far better than the actual having of it. Oh, I've been brought a beer. Best life, alcohol free.
He's gonna kill us.
I have a question.
I wasn't serious. Oh yeah.
I'm ordering food. What should I buy?
Pringles.
I can't buy bread. It's Uber Eats. Guys, what should I get?
You should be able to do Uber
Chat's
snacks.
going to answer, I just like to point out, because I'm giddy, I have giddy energy, that my favorite thing while we're talking about riddles and like trying to see if like players have all the tools they need to figure it out. But my favorite one shot that I've ever like made, and I want to do it again, but probably not.
Name it Wednesday, man.
It's too long. It's too powerful for a one shot, John.
It's too mighty.
It's too mighty. Was a whodunit mansion.
Ooh.
Where like everyone had like masks. It was like a masquerade.
Can I be Colonel Mustard?
Yeah, it was like a masquerade ball, and it was like whodunit, and it was very. There was like 10 billion players in there. I say 10, but like 7 or something. A lot for a party.
7 billion.
7 billion. But the plot was they got transported there, and the scene was like is the day after the murder happened.
Oh.
And at the end of the day would be play. So everything would like reset. So they could do something really dumb and like piss somebody off day one. And just like
Groundhog Day.
Get another shot at it the next day, and then it'll get harder because then they're just dying. They're not really doing like long rests because they're like, go back.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
So don't burn too many spell slots early.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, and I was like, well, everything's there. I had like a big document, mainly just so I had it on paper, even though like I could remember like who was where at what time and what would they say, what would they be willing to hide. Like they might go, oh, I was with the person with this one mask at the dining hall like all night. I was just dancing with them. And they go like, who the fuck is that bitch? And they had to like piece together like inside roles were rolled just to like figure out who was lying to them and who wasn't. I loved it. That was the whole thing. And
that is so cool.
Yeah.
Please do that one day. Like, chat, get behind me on this.
Yeah. One shot Wednesday can be 2 shot Wednesday. We can make this happen.
3 shot, but like when you're ready.
It's huge.
Well, look, we may need something to fill in the Monday night slot after Humblewood finishes for like a few weeks. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, Dan. Give the people.
Give the people what they want, Dan. You know it. Why would you deny them this, Dan? Do it, Dan. Do it. Here's a question. When are you going to suck serum into a one shot? I have asked him, and he's just like, nah, I'm a tech. That was a really good impression of Dan.
So whiny. He's strong.
He's like, I'm an awesome person who's just a tech and I don't want to play. Is basically what he said.
Well, he's just like he doesn't want to.
That's okay, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Because you're with Jude.
Oh wow, he's here. Oh no, you've summoned him.
He can hear us shit. No. He'll like
maybe
gang. Or something.
I'd need to repurpose it for roll for damage, but I would be down. I'd be down.
Noted.
Yes. Do it.
Cool. He is now agreed. Excellent.
Contract signed.
Yeah, done.
Oh fuck! When did this guy get here?
Yep. I have it. Like someone clip it. Wow, that's lovely and fun, guys. We've been talking bullshit at you for like an hour and a half now. So we should probably go away, guys. Chat, thank you so much for joining us and hanging out and asking your questions and listening to our inane ramblings. And we will come back. Real Trentos has just asked a quick one. In the process of character creation, where do you start? Framework of the framework for the character? How do you begin?
Is this like how we do it in like our own methods, or do you want
Yeah.
advice to doing a character? I'm sure you know how to make a character because you're probably a D&D fanatic like us. But
I think it's our method.
for me,
Yes.
Type exclamation mark character into
yes,
chat.
That doesn't answer. I go visuals first. So for Jude, I found a cute little photo of a fluffy, adorable mouse fighter. And then I put my own spin to the voice in there of the bouncy Russian. And I just thought of this cute little mouse that was annoying as hell. And then I built the character from there. And I think that that's usually my strat is I come up with visuals first and then a voice. And then I build the character.
Yeah. Rach, what do you do?
I think I usually go like race first and joint to that like their background, like where they come from, what their family's like, what their goals are, and then I can figure out what sort of class they are dependent on what their goals are. So like race, vibe, goals, class.
Yeah. Dan?
I am the reverse, where I go mechanics first in the game, and mainly.
What does the party need?
Yeah, mainly
Yeah.
I think that's like the veteranism of being like.
No, that's fair. He's been playing since Dan is easily the longest playing D&D player on this stream so far, I think.
I started playing when I was 16.
I apologize. I don't know, Dan.
Did you play consistently?
Can you top 16?
I actually don't know how long ago I've started.
Dan and I
playing.
both started. Because we talked about this the other day. We both started like being D&D people when Critical Role started. So that was 6 years ago.
I apologize, AJ. I mean, I've been playing for 6 years.
No, that's fine.
But it's it's like, do we have the Holy Trinity in the party? Will it work? The Holy Trinity of RPG, and like, what do we need? Or it's just a cool mechanic concept that I wanna like try out. Then I go my stat rolls and see if I need a race to complement. And then with all the like mechanical information, I go, who are you? Like, why are you like this? And then that's why that's how I go about with doing things. And be like, oh, what if you had low charisma because XYZ, or like
that's cool.
You had high dex. Why do you have high dex? Do you just like rain? What happened, etc.
That's dope.
Hi there, Family Fantasy RPGs. Nice to have you in chat. I'm sort of everybody. I sort of do a little bit of everything.
Little bit here, little bit there.
Well, it depends on the situation. If I'm the last person to build the character, I will definitely take Dan's method. But if no one else has said what they want to be yet, and I've got obviously, like most players, I've got like a half dozen easily, probably more like 2 dozen, pre-built character sheets, usually at level 3, of I want to play that one day. And every now and again, I get to do one. And there's been a few that I really liked the concept for that I eventually do get stuck into, but my preferred method is starting with a voice. And then go, who is this person? Because the voice helps differentiate them from me, and then I can build around what that voice sounds like to me, character-wise, and then the stats come very much later.
That's fascinating. Voices always last for me.
Really? Because it only surprises me because you have all the characters I've seen you play have some very detailed voice work, some really like a lot of thought, and you're very good at them. And I was like, that's interesting. That you play it that way. Oh, so Val started as Bogan Gaza from Armadale. Now, I've told the story of Val. Val started as an attempt to piss off Nova, and it fucking worked. Now, Val was, that we never get Bogan, you never get Ocker spellcasters. You just don't hear it. It's like, yes, now I cast mage armor. It's not, now I'm going to fucking cast mage armor. You don't get that. That's what I wanted. That's why I did Val. Yes, if you don't know Val, go and check out Heart of the Plains on YouTube. Nice segue there, Serum. Anyway, we'll bugger off now, I think, guys, unless anybody has anything they'd like to bring up or point out or say. It's been lovely chatting with you guys. And yeah, it's been fun. Go, please check out our season sponsors, Wooden Forge. At woodenforge.com. They design and manufacture high-quality wooden tabletop gaming products using beautiful, exotic, and native Australian hardwoods. AJ's holding some of their hardwood in her hands right now. Check out their incredible work at woodenforge.com and stay tuned for that. At the end, we're going to give it away. One of you could be the owner of the thing in AJ's hands. It's beautiful. I'm excited.
Holding, but yes.
Not the one you're holding.
This is mine.
Oh, that one's yours.
Yes, I got gifted by Wooden Forge because I'm going to be helping them doing their socials.
I thought that was the one we're giving away. Or is that? Do you have another one?
No, I will show off very shortly the one that we're going to do the giveaway for.
Oh, I apologize. I've been operating on the assumption that was the one we were giving away.
But I've just been touching the gifts that we're going to give people.
Look, that's extra value.
Extra value. Guys, I've been holding this for weeks. Do you want it?
Yes, more so now.
Creepy.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Okay. We wanted to do something anyway. Oh, and Josh, do we know what week that's going to be? Sorry, what badass?
The finale episode is.
It'll be the finale.
So that is going to be on the 9th of August.
9th of August. Yeah.
9th of August.
Oh God, it's a
12 ep series. We have had a couple of breaks, unfortunately, due to illnesses. But yeah, we are still intent on doing 12 weeks.
Yes.
So, guys, tell us who you are and where you're from. Dan, tell me who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, Dan.
Hi.
That was like a meat space.
Oh, God. Hi, I am Dan in the meat space, but on the cyberspace, I'm sometimes called D-Rab. Everywhere, and by everywhere I mean Twitch chat and Roll for Damage's Discord, because asterisk, I'm not everywhere. I'm mainly a meat space person. Aside from that, you can find me here on Roll for Damage. This time, like a few hours ago, same time slot. That's what I meant to say. For Humblewood, I'm playing a Yeehaw Roost Shooty.
Cowbird Shooty.
Yeah, Cowbird Shooty. Vulture Wizard. Yeah.
Nice.
If you're new here, come back next week. Thank you for coming to Table Talks. And on Wednesday, I'm with AJ playing a dwarf influencer that's like very sponsored to be a compound. Yeah, totes.
Totes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. So, is that the voice? Oh my God, I'm even more excited for this now. Oh my God.
It's a Valley Girl dwarf. Like, this is the world I'm creating.
Rayleigh Sinclair at your service.
See what I mean about his voice? Why I was surprised it's last? Yeah.
It's always last.
Rachel, tell me why you're excellent, because you are.
Hello, my name's Rachel Foucar, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Foucar. And you can buy my book on the internet. And if you do, I can guarantee that at some point within the next 3 months, you will have a romantic dream about your current celebrity crush or fictional character crush within the next 3 months. And that is a guarantee.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
So no knives. I wanted to.
Are you a magician? Also, is that a threat?
Yes.
Or a
yes,
bribe?
It's a guarantee,
I don't know what
AJ.
your subconscious is like.
It's everybody has the same dream about Trish. Rachel's just assuming that that's
dinner of mashed potatoes with Trish.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just a pile of it. Yeah. AJ, who are you and where can we find you?
I am AJ Winters. You can find me on Instagram at AJWintersVO, where I post things about the creative stuff I'm doing, including some content that I'm making that I'm in the process of building that is going to be launching in August. So I'm so excited for that. But you can also find me in the meantime here in Roll for Damage on Monday nights doing Humblewood, on Thursday nights doing the Academy of Xander, and this week on Wednesday, One Shot Wednesday. We're going to be in Meridian City at Meridian City News.
I love it. No commercials, no messy.
I need to practice doing like hair flick and also beard flick.
Yeah, beard flick. I have this mental image now of this Valley Girl dwarf coming slowly out of the ocean and doing that hair flick with the beards slapping around.
I have genuinely said that I want to follow Brayley on Instagram. This character is so cool that Dan made that I want the reality of that Instagram to exist. Thank you. That's
well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Madame and Monsieur, Dame und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I am Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on Monday nights where I DM the Humblewood usually, and I also am sort of the programmer for One Shot Wednesday. I'll be one-shotting a couple of weeks after AJ's one-shot. I do have a couple of cast members organized for it. The lovely AJ will be joining me for that. We will also be having the wonderful Emily Bebbington. They are very keen to be involved as well, and a couple of other surprising people that I won't spoil just yet. We'll you
fished that and then away at the last.
I was like, yeah, I've decided not to give it all away at once. Like, you can't know all of my secrets now. But one of the characters is a personal trainer. And if you like my face and if you like my voice, but you thought I could stand to turn the face down a bit, you can check me out on There Be Dragons, where I am Scan Felspar, the infamous and deadly pirate, and his little dragon, Rush. I also do Paparotica with the lovely Mother of Bunnies, who has been in chat. And I want to just shout out, this is a special a piece of artwork I commissioned from my lovely friend Esther Longhurst, the incredibly talented artist Esther Longhurst. She did that amazing picture of the Mother of Bunnies. She's also had a little bit of 5 minutes of fame because she drew Mark McGowan with Marmite. YouTube that. You can see it. You may have seen that. That's Esther. That's my lovely friend Esther. She's very talented. Other talented people you can talk about and should go and check out their stuff. Brie Pie, our amazing artist who does all of the art for the channel. Go check out Brie Pie's stuff and follow her on Twitter. Woot and Forge, our amazing sponsors, The Deck of Many and the Hit Point Press, who are responsible for the Humblewood book. They're currently writing book 2. And the Hit Point Press are also pumping out Heliona's Guide to Monster Hunting. Get on that shit. You can, I believe, still do a late pledge if you're interested in getting on that Kickstarter. Beyond that, I think that's about all the people we need to thank, except for one person, the person who makes us look and sound, Serum76. He's great, and he makes us look and sound.
You can see
so
that
fast.
Big thanks to Serum76.
Yeah, if it wasn't Serum, you wouldn't be able to see us do this.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to Serum for all of your amazing work behind the scenes. He's extremely hardworking, and we're extremely grateful for him. So let's go away from here. Shall we raid somebody? Let's raid somebody. Who's dreaded GM is still streaming.
Yeah, do it.
It's ended. That's not helpful. He's just, it's showing it's just ended. That's really sad. Who else? Rage, Darling. Who else have we got?
Serum has suggested a few in...
Is he? Where's Mitch at? No, that's not helpful at all. Stop it. The Eldritch Scribe. Let's do that.
Whoop whoop.
We don't get to do that anymore. Eldritch. There it is.
Get him. Get him for the get us.
Get him. All right, guys, we're going to go and raid the Eldritch Scribe.
Yeah.
Tell them where you're from. Throw up your raid emotes and chat. And yeah, they're lovely. Candy Sideshow was another option. Let's do Eldritch Scribe. They raid us all the time. So yeah, show them the love, and we'll see you back here next week for more Humblewood shenanigans. Take care, everybody. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.